Are you tired of trying to use those thin molds you buy from overseas to make a resin tray, and then you have to use door handles on them as handles that don't quite fit? That's why we created our Colossal Crystal Edge Vanity Tray mold. This mold is not for the faint of heart, as it takes 42 ounces of resin to totally fill it. I had already made a smaller tray using our Dichroic film, and it was a little dark, so I tried out a pendant just crumpling the Dichroic film rather than heating it up, and I liked that look a lot better. For the crystal edges, I decided to use Octopus Fluids Aronia resin ink and Solar Color Dust Hyper Holo glitter in silver because it's very fine glitter. I used that just to fill the edges of the crystals, which took about 4 ounces of resin, but I ended up spilling some, so I had to make more. So probably about 5 ounces of resin total to fill the crystal edges. I ended up using a pipette to really get in there to fill the cracks and crevices. After the crystal edges had dried, I mixed up 5 ounces of resin to give it a shiny face. Crumpling the film and cutting it with scissors was a task, so I ended up getting some shears out that I used to cut herbs with, which made it go faster. I knew I wanted to mix this into the resin, so I had to have small pieces. I ended up doing about 1/4 ounce of this into 6 ounces of clear resin, which I forgot to take a video of in the pour. You'll see it there in a second. But I took these shiny little strips and mixed it into the clear resin to pour as the next layer. I couldn't fit all of the film into the resin to mix it, so I ended up sprinkling extra pieces and using the spatula to move it around to make sure I didn't have any blank areas. I did end up using the whole 1/4 ounce of cut film, though, in that area for this part of the pour. Then I'm taking another little silicone stick to spread it out some more, make sure to fill all the areas. For the base, I mixed black pigment paste into 13 ounces of resin, and I still had to add about another 7 ounces of resin, and it still left me about 2 ounces short of finishing the mold, but that was okay because I knew we'd probably end up sanding the bottom anyway. I just used the little silicone tool to poke the resin into the areas to make sure it filled all the crevices and cracks of the crystal edges. Now it's time to demold. I suggest putting this mold down on the table rather than trying to lift it out because it is heavy with 40 ounces of resin in it. Wow, that turned out great. It's light with the edges. The purple makes it look like amethyst, sparkling amethyst crystals. We think that our Colossal Crystal Edge Vanity Tray mold made a beautiful piece. Tell us what you think about it in the comments.